Well, hey, everybody, this is Dr. David Jockers, and today I'm talking about crescendo fasting, how to do it, and who it is best for. And you can see on this cover photo, it says, is it the best fasting strategy for women? Many of you guys know I'm a huge advocate of fasting. I practice intermittent fasting and occasional extended fasting. I did a whole fasting transformation online summit with over 120,000 people tuning in at once. And I am a huge advocate of it. However, I also know, along with great benefits, there are other things we need to consider. And so the benefits of fasting, it helps reduce inflammation, improves fat burning, improves your metabolic flexibility, brain health, cognitive acceleration, your ability to think sharply and quickly. Your energy helps prevent disease, tremendous benefits. However, what we need to consider is this, is that women tend to have a more sensitive stress response than men. We say women, but some women more so than others, okay? But in general, when you take a man and a woman, women tend to have a more sensitive stress response. The fertility hormones may be sensitive to longer periods without food and nutrients. And also the hunger and satiety hormones, ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone, and leptin, which is your satiety hormone, may be impacted negatively, okay? So if you've never fasted, great place to start is the simple fast. I always say 12 hours overnight between your last meal and your first meal. And once you master that, like finishing your dinner by 7 p.m. and not eating anything with calories until 7 a.m. the next morning, you wake up the next morning, you drink water first before you consume food. I always recommend starting with trying to drink 8 to 16 ounces before you would think about eating food. And then you can obviously bump that up to, say, 32 ounces. You've got to drink 32 ounces of pure water, maybe some lemon in it or apple cider vinegar. It's fine. It's totally fine. However, you have to drink that before you can eat food, before you can take in any calories. And pretty soon what you notice is you do the brunch fast, which is the 14 hours overnight between meals. And then the crescendo fasting would be the next step beyond that. And that is where you do 16-hour fast. So if you finish dinner by 6 p.m., then you would fast until 10 a.m. the next day. Okay, so you do a 16-hour fast. You do it 2 days per week. Okay, so non-consecutive days, so like a Monday, Friday kind of thing. And this is especially good for somebody who may have been dealing with adrenal fatigue, or they wake up exhausted, they need naps throughout the day. This sort of individual can do really well by starting out with crescendo fasting as they kind of build their fasting muscle. Okay, now checkpoints, monitor how you're feeling, make sure you're not overwhelming your body with stress. And you can see in that top right corner, reasons to reduce the intensity of fast. If you notice big energy drops, major brain fog when you're fasting, or maybe the day after fasting, major mood swings, insomnia, feel cold all the time, hair's coming out, your heart is pounding, or it's having a rhythmic activity, and you're having menstrual irregularities, those could be signs that you're maybe going too intensely too quickly, might scale back some of your fasting. Now, individuals with insulin resistance, these individuals tend to actually do quite well with fasting. Okay, so some individuals tend to lean towards being more insulin resistant. And so this individual will usually tend to be overweight. They oftentimes have trouble losing weight. They have a large appetite. They eat a lot with meals. They crave sweets after the meal. So they eat their meal and then they're still wanting some sort of sweet, but it never really fully relieves their cravings. They feel more tired typically after meals, whereas somebody with hypoglycemia or lower insulin typically feels more energized when they eat. This individual with insulin resistance has frequent thirst and an urge to urinate. They oftentimes have hormone problems like PCOS, and they can have either estrogen, too much estrogen, or too much testosterone, which is also characteristic of PCOS. For males obviously can have insulin resistance and oftentimes do. They will oftentimes encounter something called andropause or low testosterone. Males and females with insulin resistance tend to be more prone to getting acne, skin tags, and skin pigmentation changes. So you may notice that. That would be a sign that you're probably a good candidate for fasting and doing more extended fasting, longer intermittent fasting. Also, if you tend to have high blood pressure, high triglycerides, these are all signs. If you're in this camp, this category where you have, these kinds of symptoms, or at least several of these, 3 or more, then I would say you probably can be a little bit more aggressive with your fasting. Okay, meaning you can go up to 16 hours, possibly do that every day, or 18-hour fast, or even a full day fast. You can tend to be a little bit more aggressive. Obviously, if you aren't feeling good fasting, you can always scale it back. But if you tend to be in this camp, usually you're going to do pretty good getting started with intermittent fasting. Okay. However, again, like I said, there's some individuals where they end up with a lot of reactive hypoglycemia. Okay, where the blood sugar goes way up when they eat food, insulin comes out, they get a huge surge of insulin, and then it drops them down quickly. And they're very hypoglycemic within 3 hours of eating a meal. They have a lot of symptoms: irritability, brain fog, sweating, trembling, hunger, sleepiness, heart arrhythmias, different issues like that can happen just a few hours right after the meal. So these individuals, again, these ones would probably do better starting on the simple fast, brunch fast, and then working their way up to the crescendo fast. Okay, so this would be the periodization. It's just kind of like exercise. So just because exercise is good doesn't mean that everybody should go and work out an hour a day. That's not a good idea. For some individuals, they're going to do great working out an hour a day, working out very intensely for an hour a day. Other individuals are going to do really, really bad. In fact, it's going to hurt their hormones. They're going to feel awful. It's going to absolutely fatigue them and just crush their body. So those individuals might only do, 30-minute workout 2 days a week, for example. And that may be exactly the right dosage for them. And that would be, in a sense, similar to somebody who's doing a crescendo fast. So if your body is more sensitive, right, you tend to have more hypoglycemic types reactions. And usually these are individuals that are typically leaner. Okay, typically they're going to be leaner, possibly underlying thyroid issue. They oftentimes have trouble sleeping at night, or they wake up, they just don't feel really well rested. Okay, if you have those types of things, tired throughout the day, brain fog, irritability, if you tend to have those kinds of symptoms, then you may just want to scale it back. Start, simple fast, brunch fast, crescendo fast. Master those. And then if you're mastering the crescendo fast, you're doing it well, you feel good, you can move up to the cycle fast and then the strong fast. Just kind of monitor your body. That's the key, is mastering your body. I tell people all the time, the key to really mastering your health is to think about it like getting an advanced degree in school. You don't master your health in a month or in 3 months. You don't get a degree that quickly. It's usually, a 2 to 4 year process to get an advanced degree. And so it's where you got to think about it, is just kind of taking it slowly but surely, gradually building up, and listening to your body. I think that's so important. So this would be a sample intermittent crescendo fasting schedule. Monday, you just do the simple fast, 12 hours. So you might, finish your dinner at 8. You wake up, and you're drinking your water, and you eat breakfast at 8 a.m. Okay, you get 3 meals, no snacks. Okay, and possibly a workout that day. Okay, Tuesday, you get a simple fast in. Okay, morning workout, 3 meals. Okay, Wednesday, strong fast. So you're doing that 16-8, no workout. So it's best to do a no workout on those days for people that are doing the crescendo fast. Thursday, simple fast. You get a morning workout, 3 meals. Okay, and that morning workout could even be just taking a walk, right? Movement in general. So it doesn't mean you need to be lifting weights or doing interval training. Okay, if you feel good with that, that's great. Could just be a morning walk, which is very therapeutic for people that have adrenal fatigue and fatigue in general. Friday, simple fast, morning workout, 3 meals. Saturday, strong fast, no workout. Okay. Sunday, simple fast, workout is optional, right? just get some movement, something like that can be good. So if you feel good doing that schedule, then these would be the progressions. Progression 1 would be cycle fast. Okay, 3 days, 16-8. So, that could be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for example. Or in this case, Monday, Saturday, Sunday, possibly, because you're not working out those days. Progression 2, workout at the end. So instead of a morning workout at the end of a 16-8 strong fast 1 day each week. So you're fully fasted when you work out. That would be the next progression. Progression 3 would be advance to an 18-6 fast 1 day per week, just 1 day. Okay, no workout on that day. So it could be Wednesday, where you finish your dinner at 6 p.m. the night before on Tuesday, and then you don't eat until 12 o'clock the next day. So that would be that third progression. Fourth progression would be advance to a 1 day, 20 to 24 hour fast each week with no workout. Okay, so again, that might be, let's say, Wednesday, where you do a 20 to 24 hour fast. So you finish dinner at 6 p.m. and you fast till 2 p.m., somewhere between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. the next day. You do a full day fast. So this is a great way to progress as you're going through and just listening to your body the whole time. And I think if you do that, you're going to see really good results. So 8 strategies to improve your fasting experience. Make sure you're hydrating really well during the fasting window. So important. Take a pinch of sea salt. Okay, take a little bit of sea salt. You need those minerals. So important. Prioritize your sleep, making sure you're getting to bed early, room is dark, following all the best strategies for optimizing sleep, which is very, very important. If you don't sleep well, it's going to be a lot harder for your body to fast the next day because you're going to have higher levels of cortisol and stress hormones that are going to throw off your blood sugar. Eat till you're full during the eating window. So a lot of people make this mistake where they are used to like these smaller meals. And when they start fasting and limiting the amount of meals, they're still eating these smaller meals. But you still need your calories. You just are eating it in a time restricted window, so a tighter window. So it's important that when you do eat, you eat until you're full. Okay, so like for me, I eat 12 meals a week, 12 meals. So 2 days a week, I only eat once. Okay, 5 days a week, I eat twice. So that's 12 meals. In those 12 meals, like when I start actually putting food in my mouth, I eat a lot of food. Okay, it's a surprisingly very high volume of food that I do consume when I eat. I just don't eat often. So that's really the key there. So when you do eat, okay, make sure you really eat. Don't do high intensity exercise on fasting days in the beginning. Okay, again, this is for beginners. As you get more advanced, you can absolutely do high intensity exercise during your fasting days. I talked about that in progressions. Support your magnesium levels. I think a good high quality magnesium, one of the best supplements you can be doing when you're fasting. We use magnesium like a car uses oil. So we're just constantly using it. The more stress, the more activity we're doing, the more we're going to use magnesium. So supporting that can be really helpful. Adaptogenic herbs, okay, can be very, very helpful. We have one called cortisol defense that I recommend often for people when they're fasting. A lot of people end up with high cortisol, high stress hormones when they're fasting. The cortisol defense with ashwagandha, theanine, banana leaf, and some other herbs in there. Really good for helping bring that back to balance. And for some individuals, using exogenous ketones can really help them move to the next level with their fasting. So it can help them build their fasting muscle more effectively. So anyways, that's what you want to do. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this presentation. Would love to hear your comments. If you haven't subscribed, definitely do. And I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this presentation and any other topics you'd like for me to present on in the future. Be blessed, everybody, and we'll see you soon. Be bye.